Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Zeus from Benvenuto, and when life gives you figs, you torch them. And guess what? It's showtime.
This segment of DelmarvaLife is brought to you by Benvenuto Restaurant in Milford.
You know, there are certain warm, comfy dishes we associate with the fall: chilies, stews, and chicken pot pie, which is exactly what our executive chef, Zeus, is putting to... Did you give him that?
Yeah.
Zeus brought the fire.
And you never put fire in front of him.
Well, the thing is, it has his name on there. It says Chef Master.
Yeah.
A chef master. So we were making a chicken pot pie?
We are, yes. So on the new menu for fall and winter, in the past we've had a lobster pot pie.
Yeah.
But being by popular demand, we are keeping our macaroni di mare formaggio, which has lobster, scallops, crab, and shrimp. We wanted to do something a little different. So we decided to put on a chicken pot pie for this season, and it's absolutely amazing. I'm going to show you guys how to make it, and not just so you guys can come try it, but you can also make this at home. It's so easy. But before we start, we have to make what first?
Dessert?
That's right. And why do we do dessert first, Lisa?
So we have room?
That's right.
Okay, all right.
That way there's always room
Right.
if you have dessert first. So we're doing our pumpkin cheesecake. I want to show you guys how easy this is. Now, you can make any variation that you like at home. This is just the way that I like to present it. So we have these beautiful bowls here.
Okay.
But before we do anything, we're going to do a brulee on these beautiful figs. All right. These are pretty much in season now. These are great. All right, you can get them all year round, but this is the time of year I like to use them. So what we do is we have some sugar here, all right? And all we're gonna do is just cut these in half, see? And just give them a nice little coating. All right, Mr. Camera Guy, can you see that there? See how beautiful that is? And I'll show you, this is so easy to do at home. Just little touches like this
Right, okay.
can really elevate, you know, a simple dessert. Okay, so what we then do is, Jimmy, we're gonna take your torch.
This is where the fire comes in.
Yep,
I'm
very.
going to stand back.
Oh no, it's not a lot of
This is
fire.
the fun part.
Right, and then what we're going to do is, with these kind of facing up away from you,
Right.
just kind of bring it in, and you're going to see how that just starts to caramelize that fig. Look at that, almost like magic.
Wow.
See the color?
I wish we could show you this better.
Oh,
but
yes.
We got to turn it so he can do it right.
So here, let's see if we can turn it this way.
Can you show us that one?
Look at that. All right, and we are not burning this; we are caramelizing this. Now, what it's going to do is that sugar is now has just that nice nutty caramelized flavor to it, and it's going to lend itself to that tartness of the fig. What we will then do is take these plates here, any vessel you guys want to use at home. I like to use these square ones. And what we do is we take our cheesecake, and I have this thing, I like to plate with some negative space here. See, so I'm going to go all the way to the left at like 9 o'clock, all right? I don't know, that's just
Now that's interesting.
that's
The
just a
rule
cook
of
in me.
thirds. You're in
Yes,
third
yes.
spot.
Okay.
Yes. See, so we'll remove this over here, okay? And then what we're going to do is, what goes better with pumpkin cheesecake than salted caramel, right? So we have this salted caramel that we make at the restaurant,
things
and
we
we're
have.
just going to give this a nice drizzle. Look at that. And this is exactly what you're going to get if you come into Benvenuto. So we have this salted caramel that goes on here. My goodness, my sugar just went through the roof. All right, we will then take some of this beautiful filler crust, which I love using. All right, it just has a nice pop of, you know, freshness, and it just looks beautiful. All right, so we're going to pull a couple of these sprigs because we eat with our eyes first. All right, and what we do is, I just like to do a little piercing, okay, right about there and right about there. And what that does is it allows me to sort of sink these filler crusts into the cheesecake without creating a mess. See how beautiful? All right.
It's awesome. I'm trying to figure out how you find the hole again.
it's there, you know. We will then come over here to these beautiful figs. Look at that. We just nestle one of these bruleed figs on here, all right? And we're not done because, again, it's about flavors, sweet, salty, textures. So we need some texture, and these here are pralines, okay? And we're just gonna lace this with some pralines, hit our plate here, all right? So it becomes a little bit more interactive while you're eating. You can kind of dip. And this here is the pumpkin cheesecake at Benvenuto. Now, I don't know if you guys want to eat this now. You can, All right, I would because
Thank you, Lisa.
that way there's always room.
I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
and
kinda
try it out.
tough
Can we,
to
can we get a
situate.
good shot of that?
Yeah,
Let's show our viewers at home exactly what they're looking at.
and this is
That's
Before we
amazing.
eat it all.
fascinating.
Before you tear it up, right?
I'll tear this
Well,
up.
tear it up.
All right, so are you going to get
All right.
started on the...
Yeah, what-
I'm
no,
going to
no.
get started. So while you
Okay.
guys are enjoying that, this is what we do. All right, we're going to use a little oil. All right, this is a blend. So this is little vegetable oil, little olive oil. We're also going to use some butter. How is that? At the bomb. All right, we're going to change the name to just Bomb Pumpkin Cheesecake.
pumpkin cheesecake.
Bomb Pumpkin Cheesecake.
That works.
All right. So what we're now doing is we are adding some butter
Right.
and some oil to our pot.
I'll come back over here so I can help you.
Yes, our chicken. All right, so we roast our chicken
Okay.
and then we shred it. Okay, I like a nice shredded chicken in my pot pie versus like a dice, right? But look, at home it's your kitchen.
Right.
Do it however you want to do it.
Here.
So we give this a nice little stir here. All right, get these flavors going. All right. Now, at the restaurant, we prepare all these items ahead of time. So we have our potato, we have our spring onion, we have our carrots in here, our celery. We're going to add this in. All right. So this is what we call our mise en place, which is a fancy word, a fancy French word for, you know, all your preparation, right? All your,
okay.
all right, mise en place. So everything in its place. All right. So now, what we do is start marrying these things. You see I have some peas here. All right, we're going to add those at the very end.
Oh.
For a couple of reasons. One, they're a lot more delicate. They're not as resilient as the carrot, the celery, and the onions. And we also want to retain some of that beautiful color.
Sure.
All right, so we're going to season with salt, okay? Some fresh ground black pepper. All right, Jimmy's doing good over there. All right, and this is what really makes this falsy.
What is that?
My sous chef Jason makes this. He grinds down, he dries his rosemary,
Right.
all right, some sage, and then he grinds it down. And this really just makes it taste very falsy, all right? So we add this rosemary and sage blend. We'll add a little sprig of fresh rosemary in here as well.
How many
And
times have we said we wish you could smell this right
I know. Now, if you come over here for 1 second, Lisa, and just smell, you can start smelling Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Like-
That's amazing.
Yes, like gobble gobble, right? But without turkey. All right. So now, all these flavors are looking really nice in here. All right. I'll show you guys that at home. That's how it's supposed to look. All right, looking good in there. All right. Then what we're going to do is we're going to add some stock. Okay.
Both of these?
I'm not sure if we're going to need it all.
Okay.
All right, but we're going to add some stock in here. All right, so we have our chicken stock in here. We're going to now add some heavy cream.
Okay.
All right, heavy cream makes everything better. Okay, and now while this is cooking, you're going to pull out our puff pastry.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so we're going to get some puff pastry. I like to keep it nice and cold. Okay,
And why is that?
so that it cuts easier
Oh,
and it's
okay.
easier to handle. Now, trick at home for you guys.
Oh, right there.
Whatever vessel you're going to use to put your pot pie in, use that same vessel to cut out your puff
sense.
pastry. All right, so just lay it upside down and just kind of go in this circle here. All right, and there you have a perfect cut. All right, we are then going to take some egg here, all right, some egg that we just scrambled down. We're going to brush it on this topping. We're going to place this into these ramekins, and we're going to bake it in the oven.
Okay.
And we're going to show you that when we come back.
Stick around. DelmarvaLife will be right back. Hey, we're back with Executive Chef Zeus putting together our chicken pot pie. I'm still eating my dessert here.
Okay, you work on that now. In the meantime, what you did was you went ahead and put everything in the
Yes.
ramekin?
Yep, so we put
Okay.
everything in a ramekin. We top it with puff pastry.
Right.
We brush that with a little egg wash. We bake it in the oven, and wait till you see these. Look at this.
Oh my goodness.
Look at the magic. Yeah, do it,
That
Jimmy.
is some
Careful, that's
magic
hot. Oh my goodness. Wow.
There's some chicken pot pie right
Those
there.
are chicken pot pies.
That's nice.
Oh my goodness. And don't try this at home. My hands are used to that. We're going to set this guy here. All right, we're going to put this
here.
guy
Good.
here, Jimmy.
All right.
All right, and remember, you know, you guys have to remember, we with our eyes first.
our eyes.
And because there is rosemary in here, I just like to do a nice little piercing in this. Hear that? Crispy puff pastry. Hear that sound? And this is exactly the way we serve it. I want you guys to try this.
Never had chicken pot pie with puff pastry
I
before.
haven't
Really?
either.
Yeah.
I mean, it's,
So which means I have to get the puff
yeah.
pastry in the bite.
And I'm telling you, that sage and that rosemary is what makes this pot pie. It just screams fall, has those flavors, and
Right.
it's just so good.
Tell us again where we'll find you in Benvenuto.
So you can find us at 249 Northeast Front Street in beautiful Milford, right? Downtown Milford in the Riverwalk Plaza. And this is on the menu. So Tuesday through Saturday, 4 p.m. to 9 p.m., you can stop in and get this as well. How good is that pot pie?
Oh my goodness. And
I don't
remember-
have words to describe it. It's so good. Chef Zeus, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you so
See
much.
you next time.
Remember to eat your dessert first. There's a very good reason for that.
That's right.
Stick around. DelmarvaLife, be right back.
Ciao.